In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. Yesterday we saw Jesus come upon a funeral procession, and he raised the young man from the dead because he had compassion for the boy's mother. Many would say, well, sure, that was Jesus. He can do anything. But do you know, Jesus said, I can do nothing of my own initiative. I can do nothing without my Father. I only do what I see the Father doing. See, it was God that raised that boy through Jesus. And Jesus said, I challenged you yesterday, believers will do the same things that Jesus did. And so we can raise folks from the dead. Of course, not in our own power. But Jesus said, as I live my life through you, without me you can do nothing. But with me, all things are possible. Well, I can attest to the truth of that because I'm standing right here in front of you. God, through my wife, raised me from the dead. 10 years ago, the EMT said, yep, he's dead. But I'm standing here today because the things that Jesus did, we do as we let him flow the love of God, the power of God, the grace of God through us to accomplish the things of God. Well, today we see that even John the Baptist was asking, Jesus, are you really the Messiah? We're in Luke 7, and verses 18 through 23 say this. The disciples of John reported to Jesus about all these things. Well, that he had just raised one boy from the dead. Summoning two of his disciples, John sent them to Jesus, saying, are you the expected one, or do we look for someone else? So, when the men came to Jesus, they said, John the Baptist has sent us to you to ask, are you the expected one, or do we look for someone else? And at that very time, Jesus cured many people of diseases and of afflictions, and he even cured some of evil spirits, and he gave sight to many who were blind. And then he answered to those men, go and report to John what you have seen and what you have heard, that the blind receive their sight, the lame can walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf can hear, and the dead are raised up. And tell him that the poor have the gospel preached to them. And then Jesus said this, blessed is he who does not take offense at me. Why did he say that? Well, Jesus is offensive to many. You remember how the Pharisees rejected him completely because God's ways are not our ways. And so, for example, he said, my Father's house will be a house of prayer, not a house of commerce like the Pharisees were using it. See, when the love of God comes into a person, in a moment, they are a new creature. You cannot be the same after you've experienced the love of God. Many people want their lives to be comfortable. And when the love of God comes in, there is a peace and a joy, but it does not leave you the way you were. The love of God will necessarily change you into the real you. And you'll find life, you'll walk in life, it'll be rich, abundant life. But unless you've come to a place where you're tired of just existing and you want your life to take on abundance, then you don't want God's love to change you. And the cross of Jesus Christ is offensive because you cannot respond to it in a positive way and stay the same. Oh, blessed are those who choose life, rich life, believe on Jesus, accept the forgiveness of God, and walk free into the rich abundance of life that God has for you. That's real Christianity. God bless you as you walk in the richness of God's abundant life for you that comes out of the love and grace that He has for you. We'll get together tomorrow. I can't wait to see you then. Enjoy your day today.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.